next in HD. 12 News at 5 starts now.
A 26-year-old Groves man is dead and his accused shooter is behind bars.
You don't expect it. Not right here. You know, nothing like that. It doesn't happen in Groves.
Why residents say they're shocked that a shooting would happen in their neighborhood.
And I just want whoever is responsible for this to be held responsible for it.
And a family grieves their loss in that shooting, how they remember the victim, Cody Hokett. But first, Beaumont police are on the scene of a bank robbery. Good evening and welcome to 12 News HD. I'm Mary Sturgill.
And I'm Greg Picanzo. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening, police responded to the Safe Credit Union in the 2000 block of North College Street after a robbery was reported just after 3 this afternoon.
The suspect was able to flee the scene. Police are using a K-9 unit to assist them in that search to track down the suspect. Stay with 12 News HD right here as more information becomes available.
A developing story now out of Sour Lake. 8 train cars on a Union Pacific train derailed at Attaway Road around 2:30.
A shelter in place has been lifted for residents in the surrounding area after the cars leaked sodium carbonate, a non-hazardous material. Although sodium carbonate can cause skin and eye irritation and lung irritation if it's inhaled. No injuries have been reported. Union Pacific Railroad has crews on the scene. The cleanup is expected, though, to take at least 12 hours. Stay with 12 News HD as new information becomes available. A 25-year-old is in the Jefferson County Jail tonight facing murder charges that could fetch him 99 years in prison.
Groves police say they could recommend charging John Mason Broadway with capital murder. Police searched for the suspected shooter for about 6 hours before finding him in the victim's truck.
As 12 News HD reporter Ellie Cano found out, 26-year-old Cody Hokett told the man who helped him that Broadway was the one who shot him, but neighbors say they are shocked this would happen in their neighborhood. John Broadway is being held in the Jefferson County Jail and will be arraigned tomorrow morning.
Groves police say Broadway did indicate that he was the shooter. Investigators are still trying to determine a motive. 12
News HD reporter Courtney Francisco joins us with how Hokett's family is dealing with the loss. Thank you, Courtney. The family says they plan to have the funeral at Malonesones in Nederland, but have not yet set a date. They will also be holding a memorial service for Hokett in Llano, Texas. We want to hear from you. That's our web poll question today. We're going to ask you, do you feel smaller Southeast Texas cities are seeing an increase in crime? So far, you've responded. The majority of you, 84%, say yes, smaller cities are seeing an increase in crime. The rest, 16%, say that they aren't. Now, you can still log on and vote. Just go to 12newsnow.com to join in on the conversation. We'll have the final results for you tonight on 12 News HD at 6:30 on KJAC, your NBC.
Families of the dead in the Colorado massacre are beginning to plan their funerals. 12 people died, another 58 were wounded when the alleged gunman, James Holmes, opened fire at a midnight showing of the new Batman movie.
Amanda Lindgren is a survivor and one of 4 women in the theater who is still alive because their boyfriends or husbands shielded them from the barrage of gunfire.
My angel that night, but he was my angel every day I knew him, from the day I met him. I wish I could have protected him the same way he protected me.
James Holmes will be formally charged next week.
Sherman Hemsley, who played George Jefferson on The Jeffersons, has died. The actor first played that role in All in the Family.
Hemsley was also a professional singer and appeared with Isabel Sanford in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and commercials for the Old Navy, Gap, and Denny's. Hemsley had no wife or children. He died in El Paso at the age of 74.
Weekend looking pretty good, only a 10% coverage at this point, but high should be a couple degrees above normal, but at least we'll have sun and also time to tackle that front and backyard.
Yeah, and I think we're ready for this streak to come to an end. It's been fun. 23 days.
21.
Yeah.
21 today.
2 more, though, maybe.
2 more on. If you're right, 2 more. Yeah.
If I'm right.
When he's right.
I can't believe she just said that. Still on 12 News HD. There's a fight brewing among the late Michael Jackson's family over custody of his children.
Why police were called to the family compound to break up a domestic disturbance. In your health alert, a public hearing was held today over New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg's proposed ban on large sugary drinks served at restaurants, movie theaters, and other eateries. Since Bloomberg proposed the ban in May, opponents, including members of the restaurant and soft drink industries, have accused the mayor of trying to implement government controls that infringe on individual choice. City officials argue they're trying to save lives in the face of an epidemic that is killing New Yorkers.
New York City has been hit by an epidemic. The epidemic of obesity kills, by our best estimates, some 5,800 New Yorkers per year. Now, if a virus were killing 5,800 New Yorkers this year, people would be clamoring for strong government action to stop it.
The board is scheduled to vote on the measure September 13th. 21 straight days of rain somewhere in southeast Texas could make it to 23.
Right, exactly. What she said. And we're looking at, fairly quiet morning, maybe an isolated shower. Very warm, 77 at 7 a.m. Then we'll get about a 20, maybe 30% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. High still warming into the lower 90s with south winds developing. Weekend forecast, Saturday only isolated activity expected. Lots of sun at 93. On Sunday, isolated afternoon storms, 94. Taking a look at our extended 7-day forecast for the weekend's always in view. We got a little hiccup on Thursday with a little better chance of rain, about a 40% on Thursday. And then as you can see, things really quiet down as we head on into the last part of our 7-day forecast. Highs will be a little bit above normal and we'll see plentiful sun, but at least the tropics are quiet.
I'm very happy about that one.
And the
Well, you don't
weekend
know.
looks...
Gorgeous.
Thank you, Patrick. Brett Favre is going back to the game he loves, this time as an assistant high school football coach. The former NFL quarterback has signed on to teach the fundamentals at Oak Grove High School in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
The school's principal confirms that the school board approved the hiring last night. The school has approximately 16,000 students, 1,600 students.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been
Big
a lot
school.
of players. Players on the Warriors football team will be learning from a legend because he is a 3-time NFL MVP.
And of course, it's Brett Favre.
Yes, of course.
Not Favre. I know that.
Which is from the movie.
There's something about Mary.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Join Kevin Steele and Jackie Simeon for 12 News HD at 6 after World News with Diane Sawyer. I'm in big trouble. Have a great night.